Welcome to Boise, Idaho, and Albertson Stadium, home of the Boise State Broncos. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Georgia Southern Eagles, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Broncos will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Georgia Southern Eagles offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not pretty. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays, and so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get him in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give him a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was two big things. I think, one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big play to happen when there were other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a better job being patient. And I think the guys around him also have to step up as well. They need to run the football. They need to get that controlled passing game going on early.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Bringing the heat. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now, because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
And this offense went right back to the well, and this time the defense made sure it ran dry. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. To the air, it's Duggar. Oh, they're after him. Had to throw it before he wanted. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts, as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart, and he's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
He'll bring it out. It's Randolph. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. So Boise State's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game, maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Motion from the wideout. They'll ride the hot hand. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Scanning the field, it's St. Clair. Caught over the middle, it's Wiley. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Broncos are on the move. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. On the option. Got the first down and more. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Broncos back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll run the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling. And the Broncos are threatening on 1st and goal. On the move. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Here's the heat. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Pocket breaking down. And they swarm him under.
And I feel like this defense is starting to get in a rhythm and starting to feel it, right? You've seen him take off, have some success, and you know, if nothing's open, he wants to run. Defense kind of locked in, didn't give up a big play there. They're kind of dialed into what's going on.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
And the Eagles want to move quickly. Back to throw, it's Duggar. Finds the tight end. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. This Boise State crowd bringing the noise. It's deafening here on 3rd down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Now on the return. Makes a move. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Here's the pressure. Now adjusting. Trying to escape and get it himself. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield on 1st down. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got his man quickly. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Broncos come to the line with a new set of downs.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes they create...
There he goes. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Boise State. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. On that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Open space at the 25. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the period. Boise State has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Dropping back, it's Duggar. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Bradshaw. They make the tackle at the 36. Let's see if they bring out the punt team. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Slips through the line. Touchdown Broncos! Stealing a score on special teams. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turn it on the gas. Great job, great return.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Arkansas was far from the friendly confines of Fayetteville, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm.
Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
The sure hands, it's Gibbs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So now it's 2nd and long. Off play action. Just a short pass to the tight end. He steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line. The blue turf rumbling on this 3rd down attempt as the Bronco fans exhort the knee. Dropping back, it's Duggar. Under fire. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 4th down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He lofts one down the sideline. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. They'll give it to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option.
It's a running room. He's at the 20. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Broncos. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown on it.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Hauls it in. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Got some of the work done on 1st. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to pass. It's Duggar. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been
intercepted deep in his own end. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 40, the 20, then touchdown, Georgia Southern. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn it on the Jets, making the big play.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point pulls them closer. It's 24-10. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. The little soft flip pass falls incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Rushes on him. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
And the Broncos will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. Fair catch just inside the 40. Looking to throw on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the DB right with him to knock it away. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Trying to set up the screen. Fighting off the defender.
Good play by the defense. Way to wrap them up. Way to know where the sticks are. Now puts you in a successful position for 3rd down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, putting more speed, more little fast guys on the field.
Got him downfield. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. The Eagles in the hurry-up.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Duggar. Here comes the heat. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built the lead.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Here comes the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a penalty flag. Did they get the receiver for a push-off?
Pass interference. Offense.
Some hand fighting at the point of the catch will draw the penalty, but this one is going to go against the offense. Here's the handoff. Looks as if he'll get it up to about the 14-yard line. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Makes the grab on the shot.
If feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
The Broncos want to crank the tempo. He'll do it himself. Picks up the first down, still moving.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Looking to throw at St. Clair. Quickly complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to fire on second down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have two hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Bradshaw. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Hunt is on its way. Corrals it at the 45. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The give to the tailback. Breaks into the open. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. It's complete to the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Bates. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. And the Broncos come to the line with a fresh set of downs. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Motion from the wideout. Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Makes the grab. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Bringing it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, this matchup on that Smurf turf, sign me up for another half in Boise. And this second half will likely come down to which offense can figure something, anything out. Take some chances, get creative. Both offensive coordinators had full heads of hair at the start of this game, but right now, they look like cue balls after one frustrating first half. And with that, let's send it back to our guys high above the Smurf turf.
Second half all teed up, and Georgia Southern will start it with the kickoff. The returner will field it and bring it back. Not nearly as much running room as he'd hoped. He's out of bounds at the 13. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Oh, better look out! Smashes through the tackle. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Broncos trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Pulls and fires complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Looking to throw, it's St. Clair. Lofts one high and deep. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. They boot it away on 4th down. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Give to the running back. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Coates. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. And the Eagles headed quickly to the line. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And, man, this offense just searching for some way to climb back and get back into this game. They're down by 1,000, and it's not looking good. And you can't even protect your quarterback on 3rd down. Like, everything going the other direction.
Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Wide receiver going in motion. This is a designed run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The option look. The give to the back. Hauled brought down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Quick release by the QB. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Let's see what they've got on second down. This quarterback part of their running game. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. It'll be 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's St. Clair. Finds his man. It's Bates. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field. Really good decisions by the QB.
And the Broncos have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. And he is greeted and knocked down in the backfield. A negative play for this offense. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Makes the grab inside the 30. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Now the play fake.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's got him. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. On the option. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the 1st without scoring. Under fire. Quarterback adapting. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They'll try to sneak it.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red Snoopy. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
Touch pass on the run. The touch pass goes absolutely nowhere, knocked down for a loss. They lost ground on 1st down, now 2nd and goal from the 5. To the air, it's St. Clair. Pressure coming, and the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense falls on the ball, going to be a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat, and you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line.
Come on, D. Tighten up. Play your position.
Power football with the run. Nifty run there. Pickup of 6 out to the 25. That's the end of the quarter, and Boise State has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab over the middle. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Eagles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw, it's Duggar. Back open in the middle. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On fourth down, going to the air. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds. They'll try the run. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Broncos will line up to punt it away. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Wants to throw on 3rd. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Dumps it to the back. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. The play action fake. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Good, disciplined defense on that play. It's 3rd and long, right? You're not going to bite on a play fake. Nobody's going for that. Everyone knows it's a passing situation. They use their speed to get to the QB.
They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that lead grows even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Arkansas State is in front. They've responded well to all the off-the-field chatter this week, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. From the gun, the ground game. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Boise State ready to send out that offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. He'll ride his man on the option. Plows through the defense. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The Broncos line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Punt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Ready to fire from the pistol. Back to pass, it's Duggar. This time he's got it. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was good.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says.
Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
Wants to throw on first down. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. And the Eagles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Bringing the heat. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Oh, they're after him. It's complete to the right. He is denied, cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth, he lobs one high down the left side. He's got it in more than enough for a first down. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Off the RPO, complete. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. To throw, it's Evans. Here's a heat. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Going for it all. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Snatches it on the right. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Quarterback on the keeper. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
He'll try to tack on one more. Right down the boulevard. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a one-yard plunge. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Takes the handoff. It's Wiley. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a fourth down. This field goal unit getting some serious run. They've already been out there 3 times. The kicker will try it again. Field goal is good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. To the air, it's Duggar. Pocket breaking down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Eagles racing to the line in the hurry-up. And the offense just going to spike it here. This Boise State crowd bringing the noise. It's deafening here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, it's picked off. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Well, that's a nice interception. At this point of the game, up 2 possessions in a 2-minute situation, the offense is so predictable. You know they're going to throw the football. So everybody on defense, they're just trying to see the ball thrown and then breaking on it. Nice job coming away with that turnover.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook. The old kneel down from victory formation. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you will perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team is incredibly mentally tough right now, David.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks and you start to string together positive plays. Now you know you can do it. It's not, we talked about it in the offseason, oh, we want to do this. Now you're starting to execute it and put it together on the field.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.